iPhone 6s Wi-Fi Antenna Replacement Guide. Make sure that the device is powered off. The tools that we'll need for this replacement are tweezers for managing screws, a plastic prying tool for disconnecting cables, a Phillips head screwdriver, 00 or 000 screwdriver, a pentalobe screwdriver, this is an Apple proprietary screwdriver, a suction cup, and a guitar pick for getting the phone open. Let's begin by locating the two pentalobe screws near the charging port. Go ahead and use the pentalobe screwdriver to remove the two pentalobe screws. With the screws removed, place a suction cup as close as you can to the home button. If the screen is badly cracked, use a piece of packing tape to go over the cracks of the screen so you can make a solid suction with the cup. When pulling on the suction cup, you'll see a small hairline separation just enough near the auxiliary port to insert a guitar pick. There is a notch there specifically designed for having an object inserted in that area. Once you get the guitar pick in, go ahead and twist it left to right to pry the screen apart. Make sure to go all around the contour of the screen when you're prying it apart. The stretchy rubber-like strings that you see here are the residual material for waterproofing the outer edge of the iPhone. Let's remove the battery connection shield. It's secured with two Phillips head screws. Go ahead and remove the two Phillips head screws. Sometimes the battery connection is attached to the cover, so upon prying the cover, you'll disconnect the battery. Other times the cover will come off and you'll have to disconnect the battery manually. Now go ahead and disconnect the additional cable covering the speaker. Go ahead and pry that ribbon cable to the right. Now let's disconnect the other antenna cable. There are 4 visible screws that are screwing the speaker in, and a 5th one that's hidden underneath. There's one here, one here, one here, and one here. Go ahead and remove those screws. If you have a hard time pulling a screw out, just leave it in place and we can get it out once the speaker's out. Unscrew the one at the bottom right. Now loosen the screw on the left. There is a 5th hidden screw that's underneath the cover near the last screw that we just removed. Go ahead and peel back the tape near that screw and it will expose the 5th Phillips head screw. Go ahead and remove that 5th Phillips head screw and you should be able to remove the speaker assembly after. Pry on it with tweezers and pull it out of its socket, but be careful, it's still connected to the antenna. Go ahead and remove the one Phillips head screw that is holding the antenna bracket in place. Once you pull that screw out, you can go ahead and loosen up the antenna. Go all the way down to the bracket and just gently peel it from the speaker. Locate the shield that's secured with 4 Phillips head screws that guards the screen connection. Remove the 4 Phillips head screws. If you get these screws mixed up, the one in the top right is the long one. Go ahead and remove the shield. Now with a plastic prying tool, go ahead and gently disconnect each one of the connections to the logic board. Go slow and gentle, as you can damage the socket by making this disconnection too fast. We've just exposed the last antenna connection to the logic board. Go ahead and disconnect it. Now trace out the cable all the way down near the SIM card and just pry it out from underneath. That's it. The Wi-Fi antenna is out. Reassembly. Start the reassembly by tucking in the antenna connection side into its channel. Once it's tucked in, go ahead and reconnect it to the logic board near the screen connector. These connections are a little tricky, but with patience it's quite easy. Let's reconnect the screen to the phone. Align the screen ribbon cables in the following orientation. Go ahead and secure the first cable all the way on the right side. Make sure to click it in and that you feel a solid click. Now the top cable and then the third cable. Make sure that they're all secure. Let's place back the shield. If you got any of the shield screws mixed up, the one in the top right is the longest. Go ahead and secure that first, then the one on the left, and then the two shorter screws in the bottom. Reattach the Wi-Fi antenna bracket and re-glue it back onto the speaker. Make sure that everything is correctly aligned. Go ahead and drop it into its socket at an angle. Go ahead and make sure that you're aligning everything correctly. Work the access antenna wire back into its channel. Once everything is aligned, go ahead and flip the ribbon cable over the speaker and secure it. Secure the Phillips head screw in the top right first, then the one on the left side that goes into the antenna cable bracket. Then the one on the bottom right, then the one near the charging port, the last screw, the hidden one, that was behind the tape. Go ahead and reconnect the antenna cable. Make sure not to miss this step. Go ahead and reconnect the battery. Make sure it clicks in. Place the shield over. Secure the two Phillips head screws. It's time to clamp up the phone. Starting at the top, make sure it's notched in at the top first, then laid in and clamped gently on both sides. Go around the contours, gently squeezing the screen into the phone. Go all the way around, make sure you got a good seal. Now secure the two pentalobe screws. These screws prevent the screen from popping out. With the two pentalobe screws secure, go ahead and power on and test the phone. If this video helped you, hit like and subscribe and check out more videos at appledollars.com.